off how we are feeling for ourselves, how we think they're perceiving us. And touch on something that was mentioned earlier, something that I do. We're always looking for that next rock star, and we're always like, oh, my team's not working, or this isn't going on, or that's not going on. Guys, I have to be the rock star I'm looking for. I can't expect anyone else to be the rock star. I have to be that rock star. I know without a doubt no one else is going to work as hard as me. I have to be the rock star I'm looking for. I have to be that person that's going to push through everything and bring in new level ones. It's only up to me. I can't rely on my level 2, my level 3 to become that rock star. I have to be the rock star I'm looking for.
Yeah, I completely agree. I couldn't possibly agree with that one more. And I think it would be helpful to those that are watching for us to elaborate on that point just a little bit, because what it is there's this dual thing that's happening where you are on one hand going, I'm not going to rely on anybody else. I am going to be the rock star. But at the same time, I think there's this understanding that by doing that, you're not only setting the pace, you're not only setting the tone for your team, but you are actually going to attract those people who will do the same thing. So that's one point. I want to see what you think about that. The other point is that I think people get stuck or hung up on thinking that it is going to take more of their own circle of people to take them to the top. And I don't know, I never know quite how to break this down. And I want somebody who's got like the exact right words or chart or some kind of a cartoon that shows that what actually happens is, if you keep doing what Nikki's talking about and what I talk about, if you keep doing that, you're going to get somebody who has that same kind of attitude, that same kind of drive, and that same kind of work ethic and belief and everything else. And they're going to tap into their circle. And so I think sometimes that people's, when people set goals, and they'll set goals that are really, really far down the road because they're afraid they're going to disappoint themselves. I believe that what they're doing is looking kind of like, I only know this many people. I could only potentially get to gold in 12 months because I just don't know that many people. And I think it's a really limiting belief, because if you are out there pounding the pavement, not literally pounding the pavement, but if you're bringing people in, what can end up happening is that it only takes a few people who catch that vision, who catch that passion, who take off, and they're in their own circle of influence. Now that takes off and that starts to expand. It's totally different, I think, than sometimes how people are looking at it. And I think they're scared to even set goals because of that. I think they're just so self-limiting.
I tell my team all the time, we have to do, like, as a leader, our teams have to see us doing action. We can get stuck in manager mode and people can't see what we're doing, but if they can see us bringing in new people I don't know how y'all's team pages are, but we are always, welcome such and such to the team or whatever, because that shows them action. That shows my team that Nikki still tries to go silver every single month. You can't get stuck in manager mode, because so often we get stuck in manager mode and we're trying to motivate people. Guess what? I can't motivate Angela. I can hope to inspire her, but I can't motivate her. So what I do a lot is, if you throw me the ball, if I throw you the ball and you throw it back to me, I'll run with you. But the minute you stop throwing me that ball, I'm not throwing you out. I just have to move to the next person giving me energy. I can't get stuck trying to pull one of my best level ones that I know could be double diamond and, quicker than Celeste Gwen, but she doesn't see that and she doesn't believe in herself and she can't give me the energy back. I can't get sucked in trying to motivate her. I can't motivate you. I can inspire you, but I can't motivate you.
No, because you're right. You can inspire, but you can't motivate, because motivation is actually, the motivation that's going to get you there is internal. The external motivation is the stuff we get from events. It's the stuff we get from, you hear this call and you're excited, but if it's not coming from internally, it's not the same and it's not going to get you there. But here's talking about your, when you were saying that you can't necessarily motivate that person, I just want to hear your instinctive response to this topic. Sorry, I'm just throwing it at you.
Oh, no.
I feel like people get so discouraged when they look at their numbers and they go, nobody on my team wants this business like I do. I am a numbers person. I don't particularly love math, but I am a numbers person. And it's how I take the emotion out of everything. When they say nobody is working for it, I say, pull up your back office, let's look at your numbers. Because what's happening is they're feeding themselves a story about a reality that's not even true. Because statistically, only 20% of the people that you ever bring in to the business are going to do anything with it. 80% of your income comes from 20% of your downline period. And usually when I show people those numbers, if there is one person that's semi-interested in the business, then the numbers reflect that. Their total numbers of people in their team reflects that. Would you say that people get very hung up on that nobody is
because we're
doing
too
the
busy
business?
trying to bounce the ball back to someone not giving us the energy. But if you
Yes.
focus on that small handful running with you, run with them, and then leave it up to yourself to bring in that next person that wants it as bad as you. We can't focus on, you know what? And wholesale buyers are awesome. If that's all you get is just someone, if their ultimate goals to wholesale, fine. Like she said, 80% of my team is wholesale buyers. That's,
Yep.
and then another thing I can tell you, I've been on this almost 4 years. The people I originally sponsored, are they with me now? Nope. I'm having to bring it.
Not most of them. I did those numbers as well because most people don't have that endurance. Most people don't have that vision. And it's funny because we talk about, the FTC being so hard on network marketing companies. And I talked about this with somebody else during a coaching call too. I think what people don't understand is that the numbers of people that succeed at it it's a small number. I mean, it's the, 0.1% that, get to the top of things, I think. Here's the reason. It's not because it wasn't possible for everyone. It's because it's so easy to quit, and most people will quit.
And I look at it like this. We see that leaders board every week, and guess what those people have? They all have the same products, the same opportunity as we have. It's what is their mindset? What is it between their ears keeping them going? Because they don't have those people making the top leaderboard every week. They don't have anything different to offer. They have the exact same thing to offer that you and I have.
Yes.
But it's what's between their ears keeping them going.
I am not kidding you when I tell you that literally an hour and a half ago, I did a coaching call with a level 1, and we had this exact conversation, and I said to her what you just said to me, because the feeling was, I've been doing this for so long, and I don't understand why it's not working. And so we broke down some of the, false ideas and false beliefs, and so I just threw at her the scenario, and I said, well, let's talk about this. If you're seeing that it's working for some people and you feel like it's not working for you, which is not true, by the way, but it's just that self-talk, that getting hung up on negatives, then are you telling me that there is something different in terms of the products or the business opportunity that I have to offer people than what you have? And when you really ask yourself that question, the answer is no. We have the exact same things. So the next question was, do you think I have a different group of people? Is it just that I have different friends? And the answer to that is also no, because you could scoop a wide net, and it doesn't matter. Any one of these people on this call, any one of the people that we don't know all the same people, but we're basically going to get the same demographics, right? Income level, backgrounds, personality types, what have you. And I'll be honest, sometimes I've had more trouble getting people involved, especially in the business, if my wealthier friends, my people that have plenty of money, they're way harder, guys, because they don't care. They don't have the need. They don't have the drive. They're so much harder to get them interested. But anyway, that was exactly the conversation we had, is I don't have anything different to offer than anybody else. But what I have and what Nikki has and what some of you have is we have a belief and a passion and a confidence that jumps out at people. And we just keep going. And I promise you, and in this call, what I also did was talk about, I screen shared my screen and I showed my back office and I said, really, You have this, how many people do you have that have quit the products? How many people do you have that stopped ordering? And she gave me her numbers, and I said, okay, let me show you mine. And I kid you not, where I looked at my back office, and this is going to astound you guys, where I have 101, literally 101 customers that have quit the products. And I showed every single white line. I have more no's than you do. I have more of what I could consider failures. They're not failures because I kept going.
The only time we fail is when we quit. That's the only time we fail, is when we quit. So often we're scared to try because we're so scared of failure, but the only time we fail is when we don't even make an attempt. And she's touched on something about, it's hard to get the ones that have money or financially set off more motivated. What I've learned is if I can get a check in my wholesale buyer's hands, if I can get, because customers are going to come and go, as she just mentioned.
Yes.
Customers are going to come and go. My ones that have stuck around, I've been able to get a check in their hand. So if you can get them to be like, okay, maybe if you just share with your friends or your family, just nonchalantly, don't even mention. I've learned if I say, be an ambassador, work the business, or like, oh, it's like I've approached them with the plague. But if I'm like, sign up for wholesale, and then you have your, get your friends and family, if they want to buy underneath you, send them your website, get a check in their hand. They're like, wow, how did I make that $25, $30, $40? Yep. Like, I can show you more. Get a check in their hand.
I love that you said that, because I've talked about this with another person who we're getting some events going for her that are coming up, and I talked about how she's going to have all these people come to her event. Some of them have some really great testimonies, and some people are interested in the products. And I said, what we're going to do is we're going to show them how they can join to buy their products, and how they can get their products paid for by just talking to 3 people. And we talked about the numbers a little bit, and I said, but don't talk about building the business, because some people, what's going to happen is that's going to run them off. They're going to say, no way, no thank you, I don't want to run the business. But if you really just show them this really simple numbers, they'll pay that. And this is what I relate it to. When people do those party plan kinds of businesses, and they look at it as hostess rewards, and they're like, oh, I'm all about a hostess. I don't want to work your business, but I want to get my products for free. If you present it to them more in that light, it goes differently. You get more people, and then they kind of keep going with it. And they're like, oh, I can actually keep doing this.
Another thing that I've learned is with my wholesale buyers that, don't want to work the business, they're fine. I don't know how people can have enough money, because I don't care if I'm a billionaire, I'm never going to have enough money. But there's some people that just, they think they have enough money. And so, but we are a servant's heart. Most of us enjoy helping people. So I'm like, okay, wholesale buyer. So what if you could share your story and change someone else's life? And I'll approach it about that. Like, what if you posted your story on Facebook and you could help someone else that's praying for answers every single night, and you could be the reason they were able to change their life, whether it's financially or through the products to get their health in check. They think about it different. They're like, well, I never thought about that. I love helping people. So if you can challenge them, a call to action to be like, you know what, I love referrals. Can you post on your Facebook what these products are doing for you and share how it's changing your life? And then it's a whole new meaning to them. It's just our verbiage, how we are saying it and approaching that person.
I love that so much. I love it so much. I'm writing it down. Hang on. So here's the thing. You just inspired me to say, yes, that is one of the things we need to do, because we all know that we're changing people's lives. We talk about it all the time. We do need to have that call to action. And I can only see the one screen of people, but just by a show of hands, and some of you are only on phone, just by a show of hands, how many of you, first of all, your life has changed because of the products? Mm-hmm. Okay. How many of you saw a testimony or two that is what triggered you to decide to get the products? Done. You're right. You're totally right. We need to start encouraging people that even if you don't want to build the business per se, could you help me because I'm changing lives? Could you post your testimony? would you be interested in doing it for that reason? You're totally right. Love it.
That approach works a lot for us when we just, because we are all, so many of us are just that, that yellow, we love to help people. And that, I mean, people just don't think about it that way. They don't realize they're being a closet ambassador. I'm not saying we have the cure to cancer or anything, but they have something. Guys, we have, oh my gosh, I can get on my soapbox for a minute. We have the best of both worlds. We have the best products and the best business opportunity to offer. And we've got people that need either both of these together or one or the other. My best friend, she was a skinny mini. She didn't think she needed to get healthy. But when I was like, Jennifer, this is what these products can do for you financially, sign me up. So often we're scared to lead with the business, guys. My testimony is the business. I did not have a major health testimony. I lost 20 vanity pounds. My allergies are a little better. The business has changed my life. Went from teaching full time to step away from teaching to being able to buy a 60-acre horse training facility for my children and my husband to be able to, we rodeo. And so it's very expensive. To be able to do that without robbing Peter to pay Paul, that's my testimony. And I am 100% for sure more people go to bed praying for an answer to their financial whatever it is, more than they are going to bed praying, how can I clear my nose up? So I am passionate about leading with the business. So passionate about it. I'm not scared. I do not just hide behind the products. Yes, there's a time and place to share the products, but if I can share the business opportunity, that's my passion.
That's awesome. I got goosebumps just thinking about when you talked about what you've been able to do and having your horse farm. And I mean, I am totally there with you where my husband made a good income, very good income, but we live in the DC area and 3 kids, 2 of them in travel sports. And because of that, it's a very high cost of living here. And to have 2 kids in travel sports, we were literally running out of money every single month before we ran out of month. Every single month. And
I mean, there was more month than money all the time. And that's why I am so passionate about, sometimes we just can't hide behind the products. You have to have a list. I tell my people, write your list and circle your people that need the business opportunity or can run with it. Because maybe that is what's going to pique their interest.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I can't think of anything else I wanted to ask. You've been amazing. I really appreciate your time. I know you've been sitting in the car and you're on the way.
This is what we do. We're always traveling. If you ever see any of my videos, they're always in the car, right. Always traveling.
Right. Because you're driving far, getting your kids to activities. Yeah. And just to hit on that a little bit too, would you say how long did you build the business while also working? Just because we have so many people, this is really a dual income area.
Okay.
Just to make it, yeah.
Well, so I started March of 2013 and 7 months to Emerald. So I was in a teaching contract. So I had to teach and work my business for a full year before I could finally not. Yeah. So I did these both. I was a mom of 2 children, a husband, which is sometimes like a third child, I'm not going to lie, driving 40 miles one way to school. Where there's a will, there's a way. You can do this in the school pickup line. You can do this when you tell your kids you got to use the bathroom, lock the door, work it in there. I mean, there's a will, there's a way. I lived out in the middle of nowhere. I didn't have internet my first year.
Oh, yes. I wanted you to talk about this.
Okay. I did not have internet, guys. I had to drive 30 minutes to town if it was my turn to host a team call. If I need to listen to a team call, guys, we have to plug in. Our cell phones, those go dead if we don't plug in. Same with us. We go dead. We lose our charge. We lose our drive. We lose our motivation. We lose our inspiration if we're not plugging into team calls or personal development. I'd had to drive. I would sit in McDonald's parking lot and borrow their Wi-Fi because I didn't have internet. Mine would buffer in and out. And so, guys, the only thing holding us back is our excuses we make in our head, because we've all done, every single jewel, they all live the busy life. We all live a busy life. Our why was strong enough to make us cry. My why was so my husband did not have to break his back going to work every single day. His job is very laboring, and now he can be more selective on his clients that he works with, because my why was strong enough. I don't care how crazy it was. I stuck to my IPA every single day to get to where now, though I made a few short-term sacrifices for the long-term gain and freedom I have now. I might have missed a few ball games in the beginning. I don't miss a single thing now. And it's because of those few sacrifices I made that first year, growing my business, working full time, that I was able to do what I am now. Sorry.
Absolutely awesome. No, sorry for what? I'm just thinking, what else can I ask to keep her here? No, it's almost time to let you go now. So
Call it our vessel. We can let the distractions stop and paralyze our vessel, or we can make a new roadmap. We can detour around any obstacle, any direct distraction in our way, and make a new roadmap to get our vessel to the top, or we can let the distractions paralyze us.
I mean, really, is there anything else you can say, guys, than that? That's it. That's everything, because people will quit because of the distractions. They will quit because it's hard, or you will go ahead and find a way around that. And we talk about that a lot. You know, what some people look at as a roadblock is really just an obstacle, and it's up to you to find a way around it.
Oh, someone just asked, what do you say to people who say, I can't do what you do, I can't sell, I'm not like that? I say we're not selling anything. We are sharing. I'm not a salesman. I actually cringe when I think about selling and going to a car lot. Like, seriously, break out in hives. You share your story. A lot of times people say that out of fear. So I don't sell anything. I share why I love these products, how I think they can change lives. So I hope that answers that question. Let me look here.
I agree with that. I'm looking through my screens real quick just to see who else. Okay. I agree with that. And not that I don't want to keep you guys any longer, but I would just say it kind of goes back to something Nikki said before, which was there's really not something different about us. And I'll expand on it a little bit. It's not skills. It's not information. It really is our mindset. It really is our attitude, our confidence, our belief. And I'm glad that question got asked, and I want to hear your take on it, because I get this all the time. I get it from my own family. Did that say belief?
Uh-huh.
I
Yes.
get it from my own family, and here's why. Because I am I'm dynamic when it comes to speaking and writing and having information about the products and being able to juggle a lot of things. That's my personality. It is not what made me successful, and I can't stress that enough. And I think sometimes my team doesn't believe it, and even my own family doesn't believe it sometimes, even those closest to me. But they're like, because yeah, but you're you. You know what I mean? And that's really not what it is. So it's
a belief in yourself. Do you believe you deserve what this opportunity has to offer? That's what it's about. Do you believe you deserve this? Do you believe your family deserves this? The belief. You hear us say belief all the times because that's what it's about. Belief in yourself, belief in our products, belief in our compensation plan. And the biggest thing is the belief in yourself. Do you believe you deserve what this has to offer? I don't have, and Angela says, well, it's just you. No. We believe we have something amazing to offer, and I don't get stuck in my best friends. I've had one best friend join me on this journey. Maybe one family member, my mom, and she's a wholesale buyer, just if she thinks she's supporting me. That's it. The most people that have joined me are just my acquaintances that I see throughout town, the kids' practices, or Facebook. My closest friends and family, sorry about their luck. They can just watch me because that's what they're doing.
Right, and that's probably what's kept some of them from joining you, even because we'll tell you the truth. We'll tell you the big secret. Even when you get to the top, or very close to it, like we are, a lot of times people are still at that point, and this is very telling. The people that didn't join you early on, you think, oh, they just didn't join me because they don't see what I see. They don't know this could really happen. Here's what you find out. Even when you get to where we are, a lot of them still don't join you, because at that point it changes from not that I didn't think it was possible. I see that it's possible, but it's just possible for you. Like, you're just the one in the whatever, which brings me to my very last question I'll ask you, and I'll promise I'll just let you go. But I know they're loving. I'm watching the clock carefully. I get carried away, especially when somebody's as passionate about stuff as I am. But my very last point on that is that I think sometimes there is something that that infests people's thinking where they would have the belief, except because they've struggled thus far to make it, because they haven't seen the financial success yet, or they haven't found their runners yet, whatever that is, that they start to think, and something creeps into their thinking. They lose that belief and that confidence in their voice, and it gets shakier because they're like, well, I don't know if anybody believes me now because I haven't really done what I was trying to do, and maybe it's not that possible. Maybe it was just possible for Angela or Nikki or whoever, and that disbelief starts to come in because it's taking so long, or because they feel like maybe I was wrong and maybe it's not really possible for everyone. And that's what I know I want you guys to know, is it is possible for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, just like she said, people could say, well, you just started at the right time. Let me tell you, we're always rebuilding, and I've had to rebuild, and I'm signing people today to every day is the right time. It's just whether you believe that it's the right time or not. And I just can't get distracted by other. I still don't have a major runner. I don't have a single jewel on my team yet, guys. I do not have a single jewel on my team. I don't. I go wide. I try to sign as many people as I can possibly sign, and I'm always bringing new people in. Is it timing with this business, or is it perseverance? I'm going to believe it's perseverance. It's, are you willing to keep going through the obstacles? Just let you guys know, I do not have a single jewel underneath me yet. Oh, how I want one that can also call in on that jewel line. I don't have one yet, guys, so it's possible. It's possible. I know there's a diamond, Emily Roberts, that does not have a single jewel yet, if I'm thinking right. So,
You're right.
guys,
You're totally right. I know several. She's not the only one. I know several. And some people that you guys already look up to have none or only one jewel under them. And it really is. I mean, you'd be surprised at
just that numbers game.
It's a numbers game. It really is. And so it is possible for everyone. Do keep going. Do keep pushing forward. People's breakthroughs can happen, a year or two into the business. And a lot of times it's something that changed in your mindset more than anything, I think. I think something changes in your mindset that changes the pace of your business. So when that happens. So
my last call to action is just make sure your why is strong enough to make you cry. I mean, that's what keeps you going.
Thank you so much, Nikki. I know I appreciate you so much. I'm sure we're going to try to have you back at some point, and this recording is probably going to go through the team pages, and it's very inspiring. So thank you so much, and it was really good getting to know you.
Bye, guys.
All right, you guys, have a good night. We will see you next Sunday.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.